matches there. We are now back into PACT versus Oui Oui. We're going to go to our third map of Border. And finally, I managed to find my caster. Welcome, Jess from Penta. She's the coach for Penta Sports.
Thank you so much for having me back. I'm very excited for today's matches. And I'm even more excited that I will be able to see the decider between both of these teams. It's been a wild matchup.
It's been something. Definitely been something. Been some very interesting rounds coming out. Some very, very close rounds. We've already seen a great clutch coming out from Kendrew in a 1v3 situation. And we'll see how exactly it's going to work out as we move Border. PACT did not have a great start on Bank. They did lose 7-3. And they only won one of their defenses on Bank. So, yeah, they've actually been doing much better on attack, which is kind of weird for a team that's managed to pick up 2 new players recently.
Yeah, look, funnily enough, one of those players being our ex-player Panics there, and you can see he's still got the Penta tag on his name. I assume that's because he is trialing with them. So these teams who came to the decider of this map didn't really get to pick this map.
Yeah, definitely. So we're going to move through into round number 1 here. I don't know what's happening in the text chat right now. They were talking some weird stuff in the lobby, so just ignore all of this. We're getting into round number 1 here. It's going to be Armory Lucas defense. I also want to point out as well, when we got into the screen before and Kendrew disconnected, he said that he clapped so hard that his PC blue screened. Why he disconnected. So.
Oh, I doubt that. I'm gonna pull Kendrew to that one because there's no way that he clapped so hard. His PC blue screen.
We'll definitely have to launch an investigation into that. He's actually going to stick the Tachanka.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Look, you know, what is his main? Please go directly on him just so I can see what weapon he's decided to go with. Okay. So he's decided to go.
The sausage. He's not running.
Cool.
It's not that bad.
The sausage.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. And mind you, that's the same weapon that Capcan carries. So
yeah, yeah. The main thing I'm concerned about here, though, is that there's a Capitao that Kendrew 6th picked, and you know why he 6th picked that? Because he knows that Madman isn't going to 6th pick off the Tachanka. He knew it. He could feel it. But I also think that he picked it as well because there was a clash in the lineup, and that did get 6th picked out of it. And Kendrew knows he can't go wrong here. He either 6th picks into the Capitao and he kills the clash, or he kills the Tachanka. So, yeah, like, working pretty well. I have seen recently, though, Tachanka hasn't really been used. Okay, now, this wasn't how I thought it was going to be used, but it has been used previously as a way of, like, blocking doorways.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, look, I hadn't thought about that. And, of course, you know, at high levels of play, you just wouldn't see it happen. But it doesn't matter because the first pick is going to come out of the gates. Sets is going to set the tone for us here. And he's going to take one. And Madman's going to show us how mad he can be. And my old teammate, Panics, is just going to be blown out of the waters by it. And, of course, a few laughs coming out of chat. I would have a giggle if I was him too. But no laughs coming out of the side of PACT here because, my goodness, 2 off the board in the first 15 seconds.
Yeah, already losing your Zofia. And on top of that, Panics has been doing a great job this game of getting the entry frags. Losing your entry fragger like that, that's it's not a fun way to go. Saves are going to make his way all the way through. Waiting for someone to try and peek. I don't like someone holding it like this. I prefer... He's got 2 kill rolls, actually, so it's actually okay. But I prefer an ACOG playing here, honestly. I would like a dog to play this position. Ooh, oh my god! Kendrew running all the way through, gets the kill, but instantly traded out by Freaky through the wall. Great shot from him. Now all down to saves and sparks him. Actually, the last half, we haven't even gone that far into the round. I didn't even realize.
My goodness, this has been such a flurry. And mind you, whilst I do prefer the ACOG there as well, the way that they've sort of gone about this is still working. They've got the 2 people set up with the crossfire and CCTV that would be necessary to do this kind of hold. I did say before this map I'm sorry, I'm going to cut myself off, ladies and gentlemen, because that angle that Man has on the Tachanka tower is ridiculous. I'm talking, it is a hairline between the ability for you to rappel in on that balcony and land down. And he wasn't even able to place his feet down. And I believe that was saves there before he was blown out of the water. So Sparkso's got his work cut out for him here. And I'm excited that we're seeing this hold that I spoke about before, but we won't really see it in full force.
Yeah, a 1v3, not looking too good for Sparkso on the frag mine to see what he can do. He still has full utility up though, and this could definitely benefit him. Having flashes in a clutch situation is going to allow you to constantly win these 1v1 engagements, but only if he can find them. Doesn't really seem to have too much info. He's desperately trying to push someone's side. He knows someone's still in CC, and there we go. Sets will take him down. Oui Oui take round number 1. Very well played from them. Actually, a great Tachanka pick.
The thing is, it was so ridiculous that it worked. And mind you, I'm looking at that angle, and it's a really common strategy these days to not reinforce that side of the wall anyway, to deny the thermite, the Habana charges going on that wall. But to open up that tiny, tiny little line of sight there, and to have the Tachanka turret being able to see and fire really heavy caliber bullets down that line of sight is excellent. But you don't even really need the Tachanka for it. Madman's going to pick the Tachanka. I assume that's a 6 pick. I'm going to assume he's going to 6 pick off that one.
You never know. You never know. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Valkyrie. No need to run it 2 times around. And in fact, it really only worked upstairs. And they're not going to not reinforce both armory walls for an upstairs hold anyway. So
I mean, you could hold it in the same way. You could just do your exact same upstairs hold and just have rotates back downstairs. But obviously, the issue with that is you could get rushed really heavily down below. And I've seen a lot of teams abuse that kind of fact. And a lot of teams these days tend to play at least a smoke or even a mute on site. And then they play everyone else upstairs.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you set a chunker up there, I mean, I'm hoping that PACT read into any kind of behind the half wall play at whatsoever. I mean, basic common sense would have it that, you know, Panics on the Zofia, for example, he should go lay down vent window and impact behind half wall. It's a default kind of thing that you do to be able to clear that. And because they're not bringing the buff, I mean, it's been banned. And of course, I miss those bans, but alas, I'm seeing them now. And that's the very simple way of going about it. So, I really like the fact that Madman was able to get that drone before he threw out his cam there. That's going to keep that one really hidden. And we'll have them hold all upstairs. Both hatches are open, I believe. That's going to be a beautiful one for them to be able to default back down to side. But if they lose top floor control, Sternab, that means it's all over for them. I guarantee it, because so much is open.
Interesting that they would cancel the front door and not the vents door. What do you think about this?
You know what? I think that maybe it's for them to get a really loud, and you'll see it from saves if he does it, really loud indication that someone's there. And a lot of people like to rush in there and just go for the plant. So because they're doing such a heavy upstairs hold, maybe they're hoping that it's a sound indicator and an inhibitor out of everything.
Yeah, definitely. So, I am Freaky just going to be holding down Armory Lock because this man wins so many gunfights. It's actually insane how well he's been doing today. But he is all alone up here, and you know, you can win gunfights, but it's kind of hard to stop yourself getting traded. Everyone's actually downstairs right now, just except from him. Freaky is still going to be playing around here where he can. He's managed to move all the way into Mini. Surprisingly, hasn't actually got picked for his time down here yet. And this should be a good entry coming out from Panics sooner rather than later, I would expect.
Sternab, the reason I did a big gasp before is that Freaky has 2 mutes there that he's been standing over the top of, and I feel like that's a Dokkaebi response and counter. He purposefully looked at both of those mutes, which weren't placed in strategic drone spots. They were placed so that he could stand over the top of them. And I've not really seen a lot of teams who directly counter a Dokkaebi call like that. So, well, wow, I'm really impressed.
We've seen a lot of Dokkaebi coming out already from PACT, so this kind of counter does make sense. And, you know, sometimes they don't get out good drones to do this. I do like this position from Freaky. Normally this would be a really bad place to hold, but because it's castled, and they don't really seem to be too bothered about uncastling it, this is actually a really good place for it to hold. So the Dokkaebi calls are going to start to go out finally, so the push should start to go down. Alex is going to try and make his way into the bathroom, but Havoc's going to rotate all the way out, and the great ADSs are going to get burned as well. This is great coordination coming out from Panics and his teammate here to try and move in. Sparks are going to be there as well, but oh my god! Havoc's from the other side is going to open up the wall and take down Panics. This is a great shot from him. Kendrew's going to trade it out though, and now it's a 4v4. It's looking much better for PACT though, and they have the rotations. Kendrew going to put down some smokes from the hatch. This is great from him. Hopefully he doesn't drop. Yeah, I don't think he should drop here, but there we go. He's going to do it to try and support his teammate. He will take down one. Nebo kills out of it. And now it's a 2v2. Sparkso dies, we just get the plant down. It's all down to Kendrew, but no, I am Freaky. We'll remove him. And now we will win the round. Beautiful from Oui Oui. Kind of questionable from some of this. I feel like if he had stayed upstairs, it would have been better. But he had a good reason to rotate because they were getting pushed on the site.
Yeah, look, that drop down was absolutely necessary. They didn't have the line of sight that they needed in bathroom. And because they didn't have that, that was necessary for them to have someone to hold it. So I think putting someone in bathroom there was a little bit more advantageous than having someone on the hatch in that particular plant, in that particular spot, especially. What was not really well discussed or communicated by that by PACT was that that wall was unreinforced. Now, as a default plan kind of goes, you need to pick a safer spot, either behind mattress or somewhere over there, or bathroom, which you just had control of, and plant over that side. Alas, he decided, oh, I'm going to pick this corner with an unreinforced wall. And of course, if you're on the other side of that wall, you can hear that loud as day. So I feel like had the plant gone down in another spot, that would have gone maybe a little bit differently.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree with that. There's no... Again? Okay. I do like him saving the castle here for a 6th pick. This doesn't actually give away where they're actually going to go.
It's surprising because they are going to go bathroom and tellers, and it's not a really popular site at all, and it can be very difficult to hold. But given their track record, they'll do a very, very heavy upstairs hold of this, and they'll just try and lock out the bottom floor so that no one can rush in. You can see that a lot of these walls and doors and windows will get castled or barricaded so that no one can just rush in without that sound cue that they're looking for. And as a result, yeah, there we go. The beginning of the upstairs hold will be set up by PACT, but by Oui Oui, I should say. But I mean, overall, they've got to be very careful on this. If they don't have the vertical holes they need all the way for bathroom and tellers, and they don't hold office and fountain the way that they need to, this might go wrong very quickly.
Yeah, definitely. Round number 3 getting underway now, and we'll see exactly how it is going to go down as we see a bathroom tellers hold. What do you think of about this hold, generally speaking? How successful do you see it be?
Look, if you've got really, really good top floor control, I mean, 100% almost every player upstairs, then maybe. Otherwise, you're really begging to get naded over the arch. You're begging to not really be able to hold the walls that you need to hold. So if they've got enough ADSs in key spots, maybe. But look at this beautiful. Panix is known for doing these little barricade and bullet holes and holding those really tight angles, and they're going to cook those ADSs I was speaking about before. So this could go wrong very quickly.
Yeah, the ADS has actually already been burned, so this isn't actually that great. Oh, he ADS tricked. Oh my god, that's so smart coming up from Freaky there. And yeah, he's going to catch more projectiles coming in, but the Thatcher is going to come through. This is actually really looking very, very good indeed. Moving into about round number 3, I think Madman's disconnected here. That's unfortunate, as play rotates are going to start to come through. Madman's completely disconnected too. He's doing the running, man.
Oh, Madman. He's doing the Madman kind of dance, and
yeah,
I don't know why he or how he hasn't been peaked yet, but wow, beautiful pick there by Panix. And that wasn't even on to Madman, but he does disconnect anyway, and whoop, what?
What? Freaky just gets a double kill for free. Deep just caught down with his pants down. Does take him off the board, takes Kendra off the board as well. That may have just been the saving grace, but not when you do another rotate like that. Havix is going to go down to saves, and now it's all down to sets in a 1v3. Let's see how he tries to clutch it out. He's nowhere near the site right now. He needs to really get back. Sparks is going to try and plant the diffuser. Pretty default plant spot. I was kind of hoping he would do it behind the vending machine, though.
Yeah, I mean, wherever he does it, I'm pretty sure they have the top floor control there, so they're pretty confident that he's not up there peeking that one. And Saves, of course, has bathroom control, and it doesn't really matter where Sets decides to peek. He's going to get his head blown off very quickly. That castle will be probably his only saving grace at this point. And Sparkso is just going to completely bait him with a drone, waste his bullets, and Saves will collect and take the head off of him. And of course, the rehost call has been made. And we will have them leaving the lobby so that we can conduct that rehost. But either way, good round there, but very, very close.
And we're going to see how it goes down as we do move into round number 4. PACT, only having found 1 round on the attack so far, so we're going to go back to an armory locks defense.
Good to see that we will be going back to the default and most preferred site of this map, and my favorite site to watch, actually. It's really interesting to see how teams opt to push and to hold this site. And mind you, we've got the Maestro band, but we've still got the Echo in play. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because I'm hoping someone 6-picks to it. If they don't, then I'm a little bit worried that if PACT gets the few picks that they need to, that they're going to be able to get the plant down in some kind of wow. And I know exactly what that's about, actually, because usually it's either, and it is sets that plays behind the monitors in CCTV, and the window behind is a great place to just jump in and take someone who's pinged off guard, and then quickly turn to the person over on top of the hatch. So if you put a frost mat there, yeah, your day's ruined.
Yeah, well, I'm not that surprised about the Frost 6 pick. I mean, yeah, we kind of figured that someone picked the Echo here. But I'm kind of surprised that Kenju didn't think that someone would 6-pick the Echo here and 6-picked off of the IQ and onto the Blackbeard. Kind of interesting pick from him. I get hiding the Blackbeard, though.
Look, I like those 2 frost mats, obviously. Very default, very easy frost mats. I'm hoping the last one goes in CCTV if they do a CCTV hold. But looking at these reinforcements, I'm not entirely sure whether it is a full CCTV hold that they want to do. And no, they've got that set up, so they do want to do it, but a lot of work going towards Fountain and whatnot as well. So good pre-fires coming out from Nibbert here, but it's not going to collect anyone, and he's still got 1 frost mat in hand, and in fact, it's going to go behind the desk there. So some conspicuous spots that those frost mats are going, but easily droned out in Fountain, in office at least. And Madman, he doesn't need a Tachanka turret to get the kills. He just needs a gun and an aim, and there we go. And Kendra's actually going to put a lol in chat because yikes, that's a big yikes. That should be a default Claymore.
Yeah, there should be
right
Claymore
there.
here. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, no, he had everything up. Yeah, like, that's disappointing.
Wow. Yeah, that is very disappointing.
He ran out from the top, didn't he? And that's how he got onto AC so quickly. So yeah, he just wasn't thinking about it. But yeah, there was a Valkyrie camera out there, which again, I'm so surprised. And I'm also, I didn't realize this still works as well. Wow. Okay, there we go. Panics. My God, what was that smoke from miles away? He's just gonna throw that smoke, just hit Panics in the face with it, and then we go. It's still gonna get smoked out to triple.
It was a beautiful smoke, probably a tad early. I mean, no one was looking to run in just yet, but I think Nibbert's here in a really bad spot. This sandwich can be pinched from both sides, and if someone's not holding his crossfire, this could be very detrimental for him. I don't even think that there's anyone in Fountain there to give him the assistance. The Havoc does move in. This is good. He's seen the drone, and it does mean that he's able to assist to make sure that he watches the window as well. They need to work out which way someone is holding what, but it doesn't matter. Paddington's going to move in. He's not watching the right way. And of course, he's going to be able to get 2. And that's 3. Saves will take another one. This just leaves Madman on the C4. I don't think that C4 is correctly placed. They can hear that. The hatch is right there. Yeah. They're going to run all the way into Armory. And it's going to be all over Red Rover. Panics with the 4K. Saves will get 1. And Panic's really redeeming himself for his team there on the Zofia. That's a brilliant utilization of Zofia's gun.
Yeah, some really interesting stuff coming around that triple. I don't know why, but they really wanted to hold down that triple for as long as they could. And they dedicated 2 smokes for it. I mean, I still feel like Havix was just trying to impress us with his heavy smoke throwing on. But yeah, as you said, kind of early on the smoke. You kind of want to do smokes in kind of like the last minute.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, I understand if you have the knowledge that there are a lot of players out there, yes, okay, let's try and delay them a little bit with 1 smoke bait, but not 2. You really need to try and keep those for the plant. They should have defaulted back to Armory and tried to sort of give up that space or try and hold from Fountain and Archives Crossfire. But, I mean, that wasn't to be. And, of course, they gave up a lot of their bodies to be able to hold a room that just ultimately wasn't going to be theirs anyway. So good play from PACT. Not quite reading into it from Oui Oui there, but does look like they will attempt to do it again. I'm hoping they put more emphasis on the CCTV hold here, because the point of having CCTV open with lines of sight all the way in to office and fountain is that you're okay with giving that up, because you've still got lines of sight all the way to Archive's door. So I'm hoping they are confident and they trust in themselves that they still have the lines of sight from CCTV, because it wasn't challenged before. So just use it, and if they do, I think it'll be hard for PACT to do what they need to do again.
Yeah, no, it definitely could. Interesting 6 picks coming out there. That Kenju 6 picks from the Blitz onto arguably a better operator Blitz, and then Nebot picked from the Doc onto a Mute. Where do you think the Mute 6 pick came out here? I feel like he's just picking Doc, so he has something to 6 pick off of.
Look, honestly, I think it was.
Oh my god. No, you're not winning that fight against Panics. I'm sorry, Nebot, but you're not winning that fight. Especially with an SMG-11. Yeah. There we go. Panics is getting an industry kill there. Kenju moving through all the way into Horseshoe, but Deep is going to pick up the kill into Sets before he can. And yeah, this whole CC hole just completely collapsed in on them. And there we go. Saves picks him up on the rotate as well. So great movement coming out. Madman's actually going to drop all the way down. But as the Dokkaebi calls him out as well, and this should signify a push coming out. Havox does have 3 remote gas grenades up remaining, and Kenju should be able to push all the way through. I'm hoping he doesn't go too far ahead of his drone here, but the fuser will go down. He seems committed, and there we go. He will get the kill for free there. All down to Madman. He hops through into Mini, but Deep will pick him up for free. PACT GG with a very aggressive and early attack come out on top in round number 5.
Yeah, look, that was a confident one. Mind you, that was all the way off the back of being able to take CCTV. Like I said, if they didn't have CCTV control, they didn't really have any control. So they went, you know what, Jess, we'll show you, and we'll go take CCTV with a blitz in hand. So Kenju bringing out the absolute stops here to be able to take the map control that they need. And like I said before, we work well on big maps because PACT take their time to try and clear and drone and waste their time doing a lot of the things that would otherwise be more efficient going straight to site. But on a map like Border, you're already there by the time you've rappelled up. So if you're able to take the pinnacle room of the hold like CCTV, then you've got all of the hold. And I don't think we are really adapting their utility, their bodies, and a lot of their play style towards what is happening to them as it happens.
Attackers need to locate and
yeah, I mean, we always talk about this, about how attacking defense is this constant battle between who can adapt better to what the other team is doing. If you're losing, you adapt, but there's this kind of dance that you have around. Maybe sometimes you adapt too heavily. We were talking about this during the North American qualifiers. And it is always that kind of dance between the two. Both of these teams clearly know what they're doing. I still feel like PACT is a little bit less coordinated, but on Border, that might not have as much of an impact as it did on Bank.
Yeah, absolutely. On Bank, you really need to be coordinated. A lot of the sites have chokeholds, and if you don't, I guess, get people's attention or force, a few people in there to try and get the refrags where necessary and hold the lines of sight, then you're going to get cut off one by one by one. On a map like Border, there's quite a few lines of sight and quite a few rooms where you could probably get, a really good line of sight that we've seen a few times on the attack and get those kills that are needed to take an entire room pretty well flawlessly. Good to see that they've used bandits on the detention/jail wall, depending on what you call it there, because it's a default wall that a lot of teams open to get customs control really early on this and put a cross pressure so that they can take vents. If you bandit it, and they don't have anything to get rid of those bandits, which they're not running a Thatcher, then you're all over Red Rover to get that kind of customs control, so the defenders can be a little bit more confident they've got the map control they need. And it doesn't matter about Panics getting his verticality there, because it works two ways, and Madman throws up a C4 and collects him, and Kenju is going to still continue to try and take top floor control, even though one's been picked off, and Kenju almost gets picked off vertically as well.
Yeah, another Nitro comes out as well. There's both Nitros off the board for only 1 kill, though. And it's still looking pretty good for PACT. The thing I don't understand about this is they put all 3 castles downstairs, but they're still playing Freaky upstairs. And this time, it doesn't look like he has the mute jammers up here either. This isn't looking great for Freaky to actually hold this down, as Sets will get picked up This is not looking too good for Freaky. It looks like he's going to draw down. He does have an ADS though. He could hold this for a while, but I feel there's so much adaptation coming out from PACT right now. They're constantly changing up their attacks. They're doing different things. They're trying different things that work for them. And there's just the same setup every single time that's coming out from Oui Oui.
Yeah, absolutely. But some really good picks, and I'm not surprised that Freaky got that kill there. Oh, such an aggressive spot. He's going to take off the head of Deep. That's beautiful. I'm not surprised when he got droned there that he knew someone would be pushing from Archives. A pretty easy pre-fire at that point, even if it was a Maverick hole or it was the Archive store. Spark, so he should be able to clean Freaky up if he does get the spot I'm in there. But Freaky's being passive-aggressive, but not until that moment, unfortunately. And now that brings it down to a 1v3. Sparkso has a lot to contend with. Both C4s are off the board, however, I believe.
Yeah.
And that does mean that, I mean, he's got 40 seconds left. He's got some flashes.
Full utility, yeah. I was really talking about, he needs to find these one-on-one engagements. Flashbangs are going to allow him to win those. Exothermic charges are potentially going to allow him to like bait himself out here. I'm not sure what his plan is here. I think he's going to rotate all the way to the front door, but the front door's still castled, I'm pretty sure. So Sparks is going to hop out here. He's going to go to the front door. He's going to realize that's closed, and then Nebolt's just going to peek him out from the supply room. He's going to go down. Oui Oui take round number 6, and they're going to move on to the attack. So I think this is the kind of scoreline we were expecting from Border, though, at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. But mind you, given that it was a close half, it isn't in Oui Oui's favor. And purely out of the fact that they're going to be on the back foot when they move themselves on to attack now. So I'm just looking at these operator picks, and I'm really happy seeing them like that. Madman going on the sledge there, maybe could have been a buck instead. That would have worked better. I mean, the default site should be Armory, and they should know this. So I would have thought a buck, but of course I keep forgetting it's banned. So all you've got left for the nades, and I'm surprised it's not on sets, but all you've got left for the nades is the sledge, of course, unless you want to bring a Finker, which, and of course, yeah, I'm enjoying the Capitao pick. The IQ is going to come out, which is going to be awesome towards the Echo. They know they're probably going to bring an Echo since Maestro's banned, so I feel like both sides are putting themselves in a really good position to take this round, but Armory can be a either or kind of site. Either you get control and you attack really well, or you can't get control and you can't get it.
Something I want to give a little background here. So PACT finished 3rd in Challenger League, but the 2 people who finished above them went into Pro League. So they're actually the lowest seed, and also, yeah, so yeah, like, I think they're, compared to Vitality, they're the 2nd lowest seed from all the Challenger League and Pro League teams. And Oui Oui actually finished top with the qualifier. So they're the top seed out of all the qualified teams. So these are the 2 closest seeded teams that are playing against each other. So yeah, from where the seeds work, you would expect this to go to a 3rd map, just based purely off of that. But this has been a very intense series so far, and we can see that it's not really clearly in either one's favor right now. And wow, I didn't think he was going to get away with that, but he will. Saves will get the first opening kill. That set's already off the board. Capitao going to go down already. That's a massive pick for the defenders here, and Saves is still playing aggressively around here.
I think he's waiting for someone to rappel up for him to be able to run out, or he's waiting for a drone and he's going to be able to take it out. But of course, if you're a smart attacker, you'll just open the break door and try and get a line of sight there, and that's where the drones are going to be coming out from Oui Oui. They've lost that Capitao, that beautiful, that absolutely essential flex roll that they need, and oh, saved. I'm surprised he was able to live through that. They're going to try and fire through, but he's in a really good spot behind that wall with Kendra to help him out, and this is a CCTV control that Oui Oui needed before, but Madman, no, the nades he wanted, and he should have gave it to Sets, because unfortunately he's not quite as apt as we saw in the previous maps.
Yeah, as I said, you know, living up to his namestay yet again. He is a madman. Not in a great way this time, but Thermite is already actually going to come down onto the castle barricade, and they really want to get the CC control, but Nebot is going to pick up the first kill of their round here. Naves is going to go down, and finally they're going to start doing work against PAC's defense, but they've still got a pretty good hold. Panix and Kendry both holding down here still. They're wasting so much time holding here, and even if they die, you're not really losing any utility for this.
Yeah, beautiful flashes too coming out from there. That means that Freaky's going to be able to get one, but get traded straight back by Spark. So on the shotgun there. Panics is able to default out of there somehow. He's going to get some really good shots off there, and so will Sparkso, but I think Panics will be cut off here all the way over in Fountain/Officers, so he needs to be very careful that they don't spot him out here. Hopefully they take their time to drone, but it doesn't matter. He's going to pop up, and Havoc is going to take his head off. 50 seconds left on the clock with both the plant deniers still alive, although Sparks are very lit. And that does mean they have the capability to stop this plant from going down, and hopefully they coordinate it. Otherwise, they're going to get picked off very quickly.
They are going to get picked off very quickly indeed. Smoke should start to come out from Sparkso as the push is going to start coming down. Drones are going to come out ahead of the push as well. And Deep still has Echo Drones available to him. The drones will get shot down as they come through. Deep is going to get onto his Echo Drone, try and deny the plant. He's going to come through all the way into safe. And there we go. He's going to plant into the corner there. He's going to deny the plant as he comes through. Deep in a 1v2 to try and clutch this out. Not looking too good for him, but he is on full health right now. He knows that the plant is going down, but he's just going to miss through the wall for a second. Pulls out the bearing, but looks the wrong way. Nevo pushes in. He takes him down. Oui Oui take round number 7. They completely recover that round, Jess.
I could not believe that he had, by millimeters, missed the head there of the planter. And that is such a shame, because if he had gotten that kill and he knew that that person had the diffuser, he could have tried to hide for the rest of those few seconds and likely default won that round. So, oh goodness, maybe a little bit of a lack of game sense there, going, oh yeah, I mean, when someone, you know, plants, their head bows down, they're in a bit of a crouch, I need to shoot lower. And he had the weapon to do it. So, such a shame there. A little bit of a lack of understanding about the size of the individual when they are planting. So a missed round there, of course, and that means Oui Oui will be gifted that round. And they had the IQ left over to get those yokai drones. So I'm surprised they weren't shot and someone else was given the diffuser. So, yeah, a lot of intel, a lot of information, but just didn't go the way of PACT that round.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see PACT again moving through into the defense, and again moving through onto Armory. Look, they were looking really good here. With the initial pick onto the Capitao, I feel like they should have given up CC control earlier than they did, though.
Yeah, look, the thing is, you're right, it did waste a lot of time, but when you're on a map like Border, which is the top floor especially, is so small, and it's so easy for you to be able to move into the next room once you've been able to secure one of the other rooms. By wasting that much time but not being able to waste more, scared me that they weren't able to default back. And we spoke about before, and you can see Sparks are opening it up now. We saw Panic's default back over to Fountain, Sandwich, and to Office there, and they could have used those angles together to be able to hold CCTV once it was taken. So the fact that they didn't, you know, sort of trust in those angles the same way that we should have, and I'm not liking this from Saves. I'm really not. Even if he's able to get this pick, I don't think it's an appropriate one from him, because this is predictable.
Yeah, very predictable, because he did it last time as well, and I thought that Capitao was going to sit Avian for a little bit longer there, because he did go there initially at the start of the round, and I thought he was going to wait for the safe to run out to come, but he didn't bait it out just yet. And again, we're going to see pretty much the exact same hold coming out from PACT. We did talk about this a little bit already. You need to waste quite a lot of time here if you're going to do a CC hold effectively. They do have the setup capable of doing that. The sledge from Madman this time is going to come through a little bit more effectively. They're going to open this castle barricade a lot quicker. And Capital balls are going to come down as well. But Sets is going to pick up the first kill of the round. There goes Panics, already looking pretty good for the attackers to try and push out CC here. And Saves is not looking great here. He's going to have to try and push out his position. Sets picks up another one. Kendra goes down. And now it's a 3v5. Panics is just falling apart here.
Yeah, look, I'm not sure what Panics was doing underneath all the way over in Supply, I believe he was, and Detention. I believe that's where his body did rest in the end. And yeah, it looked like he tried to do a run out. Yeah, impact that and run out. But of course, Sets is a little bit faster. Saves does finally get Nibbit there. That's a really good shot. We spoke about this angle before being really key here. So if they continue to try and push CCTV, then they need to be very careful of this angle. And of course, a lot of verticality coming out. There's over a minute left, so there's really good time made by Oui Oui here. They've still got all of their key operators, bar the IQ, which could help with the yokai drones. But I think with the amount of time that they have left, it won't matter about those yokai drones.
No, I don't think it will at all. And let's move into the last minute of the round. Sparkso is going to just prep the window here. Saves! What's happening? He gets another kill from the same angle. Madman's out of it. And now it's a 3v3. Thermite will go down to Armory Wall. However, he's going to be able to open it up. And Saves is good playing around in the half wall. See what he can do here. Still playing around this ADS as well. Now he's going to take an even tighter angle right onto the sandwich. Drones are going to come out ahead of the main attack here and see what's happening. But 40 seconds left to go. This push really needs to start coming through. There's still smokes on the board from Capital. You can put it down. He does pick the Echo drone up as well. This is great bit of drone work coming out here from the attack. They're going to have to try and push in. And Wee Wee, if they stand any chance of bringing this round in, they have to make a play. They have to push in. They have to contest Saves. And the smokes will start to come out here from the Capital. Saves just playing very, very safe around here. Looks like he's just going to rush all the way through onto half wall. And he'll push through. He just gets Says. Oh my god, beautiful picks going through. Deep gets down Havocs. The plant will go down. However, Freaky left alive in a 3v1 situation to try and bring this in. Diffuser is down in a decent position for him to cover. But there's still the run out open on detention as well. Freaky's not looking at it. I don't think he's even aware of it. And he's going to be watching. He just take down Saves. And then we Sparks is going to run through that run out that we were talking about from detention. And Deep will take down the Diffuser. PACT will take the round.
My goodness, I thought they would have that one there. And I'm very surprised that no one decided to rush in, especially the Ash jump half wall and hold that long angle down armory. That was a big error on Wee Wee's behalf. And that meant that PACT were able to manipulate Armory much more freely than they needed to. The smoke doesn't disable people from walking through it, so I think they were a little bit too comfortable in Capitao's bolts there, and it didn't block the defenders from rushing through and being able to get the picks that they need. I'm not sure where the third attacker was in that moment there. I'm not sure if he got shot or he's trying to hold the closet angle or whatnot.
I think Freaky went below and tried to open up a vertical angle from half wall.
No, I mean, it was already open.
Was it?
So, yeah. So I'm not sure where he went.
Well, either way, because he decided to repel, and he was repelling from the bottom. So it makes me think he was downstairs when that push was coming through. But you are right. When you're putting down smokes, you have to be aware that the defenders have no reason not to push through it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in that moment where the plant's going down, either the pre-fire is going to go through closet, which I believe it had a reinforcement there, hence the plant right behind it, or they're going to have to run through the smoke. There's only two options in that moment. So the fact that someone didn't sprint in, especially the Ash, and try and hop half wall, which you can now do. It was blocked for about half a season, but it is back, and it does allow you to do that. So questionable, could have gone a very different way, but it's really good to see such a close scoreline here. And even though Panics died to that run out, it did end up being really successful.
Yeah, it's actually interesting as well, because him having opened that run out earlier actually won them the round.
Absolutely, and even if he died to it, yeah, very key for his team to be able to take that round there as Spark. So if he didn't get that kill, I think it would be very difficult to get to the diffuser safely. So really good thinking from Spark. So I'm sure the call came out in comms for him to go and utilize that one there. But as a result, you're going to see PACT try and hold Armory and Archives here. A lot of, ventilation from Armory and Archives. A lot of vertical holes. I love seeing vertical holes on a top hold like this.
Yeah, and I really loved the double shotgun play as well, which is a great advantage that Mute recently in the latest update did get an SMG-11 added to his arsenal. So that's going to allow him to play the exact same setup as Smoke, but with the Nitro. This means that you can play your Mute off-site, and you can play your Smoke on-site. That gives you double the destruction. And as you say, vertical holes, you just open up them everywhere. And that's going to try and force the attackers to take upstairs control quickly.
I don't think a fountain was reinforced there by the looks of it, and anyone with a breaching charge or even a soft breach could just breach straight through in there and have the office control that they really need. If they take top floor, and mind you, there's a lot of bodies upstairs, so it'd be very difficult, but if they do take top floor with either a pinch or a very brutal and harsh push through, then all those vertical holes become the attackers, and that's a very scary prospect, but it doesn't matter at this point. Sparkso is going to utilize that vertical hole we were talking. Actually, he's going to shoot through closet.
That's the Habana dead already. That's the only hard breacher available to the attackers here. Is going to go down already. I really would have thought Madbone would have rotated Sandwich by this point, honestly.
I'm not sure what this utilization of the black bit is. He should be going Sandwich. He should be going Vents, or they should be rotating by now and trying to work out that vertical, the verticality, and trying to block out any of the defenders from rotating back. So I don't think pushing Armory Wall is the best decision there, but you'll see Saves is going to default back. Nibbit's going to finally pick out Spark, so not going to let him be any more aggressive. They kind of have Archives control. Madman's going to take out Panics. And this means that the top floor is crumbling very quickly. Saves in a really good position here.
Oh my god, Sets! Oh, that was so good from him. He knew that he was there and he kept to the very side of the stairs so he didn't get spotted and then peeked it out. Beautiful from Sets. And he will push it in. It's now a 4v2 situation. We've still got all the plant denial up for the defense and they still have bathroom control as well. And they should have breach charges. Oh no, they don't. They don't have anything to get rid of this castle.
Oh goodness, they need to start hitting it. They need to start hitting it quick, or they need to make their way to vents. Oh, I knew that would happen. Kendra is going to quick pick with that SMG, but it doesn't matter. He's going to be traded straight back from Madman. Deep needs to get on his yokai drone. There's only 13 seconds left, and he sees it. The plan's going to be denied. They're going to see exactly where that yokai drone is, and unless he pre-fires through that wall and gets the planter, it's not going to happen. That plant's going to go well down, and it's going to be all over Red Rover for PACT this round.
Well, Deep still has a clutch situation here for him, 1v3, but everyone is just hopping out. You've got to contest the Blackbeard as well. He did take down one of the shields. Pretty sure Madman still has another shield. Deep is going to push all the way up. Trying to use the Bearing 9 to try and scope them out. But he is a 1-speed. He's going to be so loud coming through. He's going to try and long arm it, but there we go. Freaky takes him down. Wee Wee takes round number 9. Really well played from them. I want to point out a couple of things there as well. Maybe that some people aren't aware of. The Bearing 9, a lot of people are running iron sights on it, and I don't know if this is true or not. I haven't tested it. I did mention this earlier, but apparently iron sights Bearing 9 gets rid of the horizontal reach.
Look, it only takes you one hop into a terrorist hunt or a custom game and shooting against the wall without a sight on there to realize that, but that looks very different.
It does look very different. Yeah, I agree.
Does. So, look, good on them for utilizing it. If it gives that, you know, extra bit of, I guess, consistency in their recall, then why not use it? But it's horrific to ADS down a bearing with no sight.
Yeah, it's very hard. But I suppose the advantage with the bearing is that with an SMG, like a machine pistol, you don't really have to aim right at them. You just have to aim in their general vicinity and you'll probably headshot them.
Exactly. That kick straight to the head, that's always a good one.
Definitely. So let's go through now into round number 10, if you can believe it. It's turning into a very long series. I honestly think this could very easily go to overtime.
Yeah, look, I'm worried for PACT though, because defensive rounds in these manners should be going in their favor, especially when they're doing the right thing. Their last 2 defenders alive are both of the plant denials. So the fact that they're not able to do their job and get those plant denials happening means that something critical is going wrong in the round, not just for them, but previous to them being needing to use their plant denial. So they need to be a little bit more careful about how their utility is used. They're not running out of it, so they've got it in their pocket, but I'm seeing some fatal flaws here on just basic utility use from PACT, and it does mean that they're gifting some of their sites, some of the plants, and some of the picks to Wee Wee as a result.
I don't like the M45 from Panics, honestly, as a pistol.
Oh, I'm just seeing that. Yikes. I mean, like, yo, I never told Panics to run this, so...
You're not responsible? Yeah.
I am not responsible for this one. Not sure what the choice is there. Maybe some comfortable pick. I'm not sure what comfortableness you would have in that weapon, but either way, pistol he's hoping will not need to be utilized. Saves. He's so killer on this ACOG. It does scare me, and he's a great player alongside Kendra. He's what I would call his duo, so... really good job there, and Kendra just as aggressive as Save, so hand in hand there. But whether or not he gets this pick, I'm not sure Wee Wee will gift it to them, given how many fatal kills that they've given across the PACT at the moment.
Yeah, it's definitely very important as well, because we just saw last round, Habana died immediately, right off the bat. And that is something that just cannot happen at all, especially with the way in which Habana was aggressively peeking that. And I think, like, a lot of low-level teams, and even Tier 2 teams, they have this issue where they're putting their hard breacher in, like, an entry situation.
It always makes me giggle when I see really important operators in really volatile and risky positions. I think to myself, have you discussed what this individual's role is on this round? Because that's not where it's meant to be. And I so like this from Saves. This is not a particular angle that you'll see. You'll see the one that he's holding now, but you don't see the one where he's laying down, looking all the way to hallway. He might be able to see the edge of CCTV, but Kendra is going to kick it off for us. He's going to take out the IQ on Nibbit, and I don't know whether Saves knows that Havix is right here. I think he does.
Yeah, he must do. I think Havix knows as well, and this is why he's being so stringent about wanting to push around this corner. But the push onto the site is actually starting to come through now, and the supply room is under the control of the attackers. This is good progress, but 45 seconds left to go. Not the situation you want to be in, but there we go. Sets, he's going to put down some capital balls. He's going to go for a fairly default plan here as Havix does pick up saves. So that's good. That's exactly the pick that they need. Sets, he's just going to stick the plant. Oh, he's not going to be able to do it. Kendra takes him down, and it's all going to be down to Madman to push the site. It's like Freaky's going to be around onto the side to help him out. Sparks are going to go down. Sparks are clearly a little bit upset about that peak, and it's going to go down. But wow, just a flurry of kills just come out. Madman takes out Kendra, and Freaky will manage to trade out right onto Panics. There we go, looking very, very good here for the attack of Oui Oui. They've evened it out.
Wow. Wow, wow. 6-4. That was well earned by Oui Oui there, because even, and had they had an extra 1 second, which was all they were missing there, had they had the extra 1 second, the plant would have gone down, and of course, I think it was Sets, he would have just given up his life anyway, but the plant would have been down, and it would have just been a holding angle situation. But Freaky, and I would love to ask what his sensitivity is on, because it is amazing how he flicks to people, both on ADS and just un-ADS sensitivity. So
should we ask him?
We should.
I'm very interested.
I'm really interested.
Can spell that.
Please,
help.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to find out what the madman of, and it's not just because he's on Ash, ladies and gentlemen. It's legitimately, no matter what operator he plays, Jaeger, Ash, he was playing, I'm not sure, just 3,200 DPI, 55. 55. His ADS is 55. He's playing with the controller. 55 and 3,200 DPI.
There's no way. I don't believe that. There's no way this man is playing default multiplayer with that DPI. I refuse to believe that.
I've never heard anyone above like 1,200 DPI, let alone that much. I mean, you know what? I'm very interested in this player right now.
He's born with that. He's just born for that sense, Jess. You can't argue with the results.
I'm not even going to argue, because the way that he flicks to people is amazing. So if that high sensitivity is working for him, boy, work it. I am with you on it, Aaron. He's going to give us a little bit of a showing there about how quickly he can move. Wow. I mean, he must move, I'm going to say 2 centimeters, and he's already done a 360 on ADS.
I just don't understand how you play like that. I get being a wrist aimer, but that's taking it to a whole new level. There you go. Nibel's going to pick up one camera from below, and we'll see the attack starting to come through. If they can take this round, Oui Oui will take the series and move through into the quarterfinals of the upper bracket. But, I mean, there's, sorry, not the quarterfinals, the round of 8 in the upper bracket. It's a 16-team bracket. So, yeah, like, looking pretty good for them to actually try and take this. I think I agree with you that from PACT there's been some pretty bad utility usage overall, but they've managed to win quite a lot of their gunfights on top of that. They're very experienced comp players. They know how to refrag off each other, and they're helping each other out. There we go. Panics.
I'm a little bit confused as to why Saves is not on this role that Panics has decided to take here of the ACOG. I mean, nothing wrong with Saves on it before. He was getting some really good shots there, so I'm not sure what that switch over was about. Been Saves on the Bandit. He wasn't even able to Bandit trick it to begin with, so I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. Now Panics has had to default over to the Breach.
I think Panics just wanted to kill some people.
Maybe. Maybe
what
Panics
happens.
wants some more
honestly
kills.
What happens at a lot of teams that they'll be like, you know what, I just want to kill people. Get me on duck. I'm feeling it, you know, and they'll just go for it. Well, I'm interested to see, like, Panics is a great aimer, and he's won a lot of gunfights as Sophia. I'm interested to see how he does on the cog.
Yeah, absolutely. And whether or not they're going to be able to deny this plant Saves is going to start off with Bandit. Maybe moving Saves to Bandit was the way that they needed to go. It wasn't the other way around like we were speculating. And that means that the plant can't go down. Look at this again. Like I said before, they're still going to run through it, but it's going to be traded straight back by Sets. So they still have the ability to get the plant. This is what I was talking about. This is how you do it. You hold that line. He's going to trade it. It doesn't matter that the diffuser planter goes down, but Sets goes down, which is horrific. This is only going to leave Madman, and I don't think he's Madman enough to get all these kills. Kendra is going to take him out, and that is going to be the round to PACT. It was the round they obviously needed, and they were absolutely desperate in holding that one, and it showed.
I still don't even think there's good utility usage coming out from really either team here.
100%.
It's just everyone running into box and try and plant the diffuser desperately.
Yep, absolutely. Look, they've refreshed themselves now. They have something to lose right now, a lot to lose right now. They've played for I don't know how many hours now straight against Oui Oui. PACT has switching themselves on. Yes, it was a little bit precarious there for them to get that kills, and had, I believe, Sets there been a little bit quicker on the shots, he might have been able to save the diffuser planter there. But where's the C4s? Where's the smoke babes going to stop this plant? And where are the shotguns through the wall in closet that wasn't reinforced? So I'm a little bit worried that there's not key common places of practicality coming out, but at least they were able to capitalize on some really good gun skill there. But I'm worried PACT are relying on that gun skill, which is not going to work every single round when you've got guys like Freaky on the 3.2k DPI. You've got guys like Sets and Nibbit. When Nibbit doesn't die, he does frag out and he does impact frags. So we are doing quite well for themselves, even though it doesn't look like that on the scoreboard.
I think people are getting a little bit overly critical of the points you're making about the sense. It's not that Freaky can move his mouse, it's that he can move it that accurately and with such small movements with such an insanely high sense. That was the point we were trying to make.
Absolutely. Look, it's not that it's that high. He could have it at 1 billion if he wanted to, but it's that he can move it millimeters and snap to someone's head. That's a very good and keen skill of someone to have.
I think Panix is disconnected. Oh, I think I've disconnected. That's unfortunate.
Oh. Will we be able to connect back to this one?
I really hope so. Normally, it just... Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Reconnect. We're going to make our way back in Legend. We won't miss anything but a little bit of the setup, which I assume will be much alike the setup we'd seen them do many times before. And of course, I'm just taking a deep breath there for the team of PACT because they know they need this next round. If they don't get it, it's all over Red Rover.
I really hope I'll be able to. They missed the end of the... That would be very... Yeah.
Oh my god. No,
that
please.
Is... No. That's unlucky. We'll try and sort this out and we'll be... I can just... few rounds. Hopefully there are no more. We're going to get into this. Going to be Bathroom Teller's defense. Going to be an Echo 6 pick onto Elite.
No, Sternab, no. This is match point.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Oh.
Good.
But what I mean is that they've picked Bathroom Tellers.
Yeah, it's
and
the
it's
confidence.
match point.
It's the confidence pick, Jess.
Oh, sorry. Sternab, I should have known. Confidence. Wow, PACT must have something so deep up that sleeve ready to go.
Or they just want to go home. I was feeling that in the lobby, honestly.
Really? I mean, I know guys like Panics and stuff, they're like about the competition. Like they'll sit on the PC for so many hours a day just to grind. Panics is a great grinder. He really puts in the hours.
I think it's also the fact that so after this, they have to play another best of 3. And then Oui Oui has to go play in the Challenge League qualifiers, of which I think they've already lost like 2 rounds of. So yeah.
Yikes.
I think everyone just wants this match to end right now in some capacity. So we'll see how it does go down. We'll see how it goes through. But this is getting definitely very intense. I really think they're just going to pull everything out and either just rush really heavily or going to play insanely safe.
Yeah, look at this. These pre-fires coming out everywhere. The pings are coming out as well. Freaky is hoping that he can get those picks, initial picks and early picks that he needs. Good to see that no one's firing through the 2 windows above the courtyard area. And I'm always forgetting what that courtyard's called, the lobby area.
It's called that's the meeting room, actually. Like
there you go. See, the waiting room.
Ubisoft designated name. Yeah.
Exactly. So no one's shooting through there as of yet, and given there's a big presence in office holding above the site, I'm very surprised that this pressure's not coming out. Panics is going to get shot through the wall by Sets there. And of course, that's not going to be able to capitalize on the kill. I hope Sets doesn't move in by himself, and he can't even be able to get the kill there on Sparkso. So this is a really bad push by Sets here. He's given away his position. He's got no one to push there with him. And finally, this line of sight will be open up.
This is looking really bad for the defense, but I'm amazed that there's been no picks either side just yet. With the amount of gunfights we've already seen, Sparks are going to be holding down onto Fountain and doing what he can to do his best to shoot it down. What a shot from Sparks, though! There goes Havoc. That's just eliminate that man.
Wow. Wow is all I have to say with that. That's a beautiful shot. I mean, something only a Jaeger or someone with that kind of weapon area can really pull off. And of course, Freaky, he's going to jump in. He's going to pre-fire. He should be able to flick to another. He's going to flick to another. He should know there's another there, but he lays down. It's the perfect strategy. It's going to be able to tell. He's going to throw over the flashes, and he's going to throw one right at Panics' face there. Panics will get traded straight back by Madman. It's brought it down to a 2v2. We have one down, which is Sets. He has time to go collect him. No one's there to collect him unless there's a lucky C4 from the bandit there. He doesn't have it anymore, so it's all out of commission. We have only the smoke babes left of Kendra. If he dies here, and which he won't, he'll be able to default back to site. Then we will see a brutal attack onto the site here. Saves, stuck in bathroom now, but he might be able to get this pick.
Yeah, definitely. Breach charges are going down as well from Madman. Should be able to open up quite a lot of this floor. But 20 seconds left to go on the clock. This is not looking good. And there we go. Kendra gets the pick that they desperately need. Zets goes down. Madman's going to drop the hatch. He's going to get leisure mind. Oh my god, this is not what you want to happen right now. Then left to go. He's just going to go for the pre-fires where he can. He needs to find a gunfight. He doesn't have the defuse. He's got to get in. He's got to get the kills. He's going to go for the pre-fires, but he can't find a kill. Save 6 it down. PACT GG take us to overtime.
My goodness, if you've ever wanted to keep yourself in the running, that's exactly how you do it. That initial pick there from Sparks, so I think lit the match there for PACT, brought it down to a 2v2. Of course, Sets was reset, but that wasn't enough for the side of Oui Oui, and I bet you they're absolutely reeling after not being able to secure that one. Time was against them on that one, and as a result, PACT are going to bring this to overtime.
Definitely. So, it's gone to overtime. We've gone to overtime in the decider map of what was looking like a decisive victory from Oui Oui from the start. But here we go. This is looking insanely good coming out from both teams. Honestly, it's been very, very even. They've both won 3 rounds on the attack and 3 rounds on the defense. So, yeah, I don't think we could have seen a closer series.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I'm very interested to see which way this will go, given that we will have PACT starting on defense. It's a good side for them to start on, but we have seen a lot of weaknesses in their utility usage. So if they're not careful and they do get taken advantage of either on Armory side or on the officer's side, then of course we won't have them being able to use the utility that they need to deny the plans. But looking at Panics going on the ACOG now, it does look like they want to do this CCTV hold that they've been doing consistently throughout this matchup. And if he does so and gets the good picks that he needs to across into either break room or from CCTV into the east side, then they're going to be able to hold this side. But it all hinges on the fact that they're able to keep map control.
It definitely does hinge on that fact in DGS. Panics will try and peek out. He'll get 2 drones for his time out there. That's a great amount of utility already off the board, so good from Panics there. And again on this dock, I mean, he did actually a decent job on the dock last time. It just seems to be weird that they're changing up these roles. We didn't see Save successfully ban trick here, but this is such a hard place to ban trick, especially you got to worry about the Ash from below, you got to worry the MSQ from below, you got to worry about the sledge nades from below as well. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Save's going to have to worry about here. But he could delay a decent amount of time on this armory board.
Absolutely. Even if he's able to delay just a little bit, but I don't think this matters at this time. Look, Nibbit's waiting. Are you holding that window? You're holding that window? Yep. All right, you're good to go. That Yokai drone was taken out. That's a beautiful one there. And I believe that was meant to be tossed up on the windowsill, but that was a little bit of a failed one there.
That's the attempted Gumpy Echo drone right there. But Panics will take out one. There goes Nebot. Clearly, People are very confused about what's happening right now, but Panic's actually going through the vertical play. Really great from him.
Nibbit there, a little bit confused as to how he died, and as are we, actually. So, really good shot there coming out, but either way, we'll have Panic's being able to revive saves and bring him to full health. And we've still got a ACOG behind half wall here, so unless they put a nade underneath by Madman and get rid of him, he's going to, or he could just be
dock himself through the Capital ball. Oh my god, the big brain play is coming out from Panic's here as he's going to sit behind half wall. Is this the dock pick? Is this what you're supposed to do? This is incredible. I've never seen anything like this in my life. He's still got it, and he takes a kill. There goes Freaky. Oh my god.
Wow, Panic's is switched on, ready to go. He is a formidable player and he's absolutely showing it here. Of course, he's not going to be able to take another one. Too much to ask of Panic's, the man. And of course, we've still got those yokai drones coming out. What we said before about utility not being used. This is a red dot, but it's not going to be enough for Madman. It's going to bring it down to a 1v3. Sets is the last alive. Good weapon, enough bullets to do what he needs to do, but I just think it's too much to ask against a man like Kendra, and the headshot will come out, take his head well off, and this will mean that PACT are finally up against Oui Oui. I haven't seen this for many, many rounds.
This is getting very intense right now. Oui Oui have gone from taking the first map, 7-3, in a very dominating fashion, to being moved onto overtime match point on our decider map here on Border. And this is only the first game of the tournament. This is the first game. We're not even anywhere near the finals yet. We're still in the upper bracket. This is so intense and so close between these two teams. Let's see who's going to win out. We've got Panic's on the Zofia, as we've seen before. He's been doing really well in that entry-fragging ability. And yeah, this is becoming a very intense game. We're actually going to see the Dock 6 pick onto a castle. We're actually going to go Vents, surprisingly, here.
Yeah, look, I like this pick out from Oui Oui. I think it's a great utilization. They've got the thermite there. That should be able to open up jail, and it's not really going to do much else, considering that they'll probably do a top hold with that castle and open the hatches for them. So Oui Oui need to be confident that they're going to be able to hold this site. They did it successfully one time before, I believe, but that was a bit of a tight one there, and they need to make sure that they're having this vertical hold that they need. Otherwise, they're going to drop the ball on this. I don't think PACT will make the same mistakes they did last time, rushing into bathroom and trying to get that plant down in a very precarious position. But Oui Oui may have learned just as well, and we might see them be able to do the hold that they need to upstairs at least, or go downstairs and just turtle. And I mean, the hatch is already open to them, so they've got to put everything they've got to upstairs.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah, and this is what we're talking about. When you open both hatches, you need to play basically everyone upstairs. Save for maybe 1 or 2 people on site, which should really be your plant denial. There's no echo coming out here, though, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, I don't like that from Oui Oui. I think you know that most definitely what they're going to attempt to do is try and get a plant. Last time they pushed this side, they tried to get a plant down, so I would have at least had the echo drones for the utility, the intel, and of course being able to hold that plant denial that they need. But Nibbit's here. He's trying to get these lines of sight into passport all the way down over into waiting room, and I think it's going to be really useful for him, but most players are going to read into that pretty quickly.
I think it's more of, if you're pushing into waiting room, you see those kill holes, you're going to pre-fire it, you're going to drone it, you need to see if someone's in customs. Nibble could just rotate out there. He's going to waste a lot of time just because of having 2 simple kill holes open.
Yeah, absolutely. But mind you, he's got 2 reinforcements there, and it does look like he's there to bandit trick that. Yeah. So I'm not sure whether or not that's his job there. That's very precarious to be by yourself bandit tricking that. You've got the castle on the wall there. Saves, of course, is not going to hit that one just yet. They're not going to be able to open that one. And Nibbit has gone all the way to supply to do exactly that. That is beautiful communication. There's a Valkyrie CCTV 100%. Man's given the call, and he has C4'd up and taken out Kendra on the Blackbeard. That's beautiful.
That is a massive pick coming out from Oui Oui. That may have just won them the round there, but it is still recoverable coming through. Sparks are going to hop through into Tellers, and it looks like he's going to open this Tellers wall up. And this is why I love this castle and why I love the setup, because now he's had to use a thermite to get into a hallway, not even into the site. And this doesn't even give him that much control to start with, because Havoc still has control of the bathroom. He still has a rotate in, although normally I do like a smoke playing here. Got that bad main castle, and there we go. He is going to cross over as well. Just about 1 minute left to go on the clock. There isn't actually that much control that the attackers have. They don't have a book either. They don't even have armory control at this point either. And this is looking really bad for them. It's going to come all down to these last second gunfights.
Honestly, it's good to see that Madman is still trying to maintain top floor control, considering that they know that this has been a east side push, but there is someone upstairs trying to contend. They're trying to stop the rotate over to the hatch. And it doesn't really matter because Freaky's not buying into it. No, neither is Madman. And of course, now they're just stalling out, waiting for picks. Oh, Panix does still have his breaching charges, of course, so that means he's got 1 concussion left, and that's all he will have to try and get this plant off. He knows that there might be someone over in customs. Alas, I believe they've rotated out and onto site. You can see Havoc's there. Going to see someone in bathroom, and he's going to get one, and I think this is all over this round for PACT. It's going to leave Panix. Can he do it again? He's going to see one with his shots. Havoc is going to get taken into a complete storm there in that position. And I think what started to go wrong with that push there was Havoc was so close to the wall. I don't think they realized that he was right there.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting someone to be playing that close, but it's kind of good for a castle to be playing in safe, because we've seen that castle pick multiple kills up previously. So we are going to max overtime right now. This is the final round of this incredibly long series that we've had so far. We've had some incredible players, we've had some incredible rounds coming out, we've had some incredible rehosts coming out, and now we're going to get into the very final round. Who's your money on?
Oh, it's such a shame for PACT, because I think their weaker side is their defensive side, and they are on defense for this last round. So if they don't pull it together on this round, and they can't rely on the ACOG, they can't be relying on these few operators who have been doing, you know, their only role to get these frags. They've got to rely on the utility as well. And because they're going bathroom tellers again, I'm so worried for them, Sterner. This is match point.
There's some interesting facts coming out about Freaky in the chat right now. Apparently he wears a Rolex, but on a chain around his neck. He's a 180 kilogram beast, and he uses a DVD as a mouse pad.
You know what? I believe the last one. I would believe the last.
I believe
if you're going to be a... Yeah, look, actually, now I believe the Rolex one too, because if you're going to be a gangster with 3.2K, like DPI, you might as well wear a Rolex on a chain rather than on your wrist. It might weigh him down when he's trying to wrist play, so I believe that
That's
one.
definitely true. No, I agree. Definitely.
Yeah.
So, we're going to move through. It's going to be overtime, match point, maximum overtime, round number 15, if you can believe that. We get through here and see exactly how it's going down. What do you think of the setup? What do you think of the lineups?
Look, I think that PACT going with their comfortable default lineup is really good. The castle's going to delay a lot of time. They did bring the sledge on Madman again. They've got the Capital. The Thatcher, I don't think is going to be too helpful in all, but overall, I'm thinking that both teams have the lineups to do this, but saves might be the key to this. His aggressiveness on this ACOG has been really, really key for his teams on his team on a lot of these rounds, and if he does this right, then this might be really good for his team.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm glad to see Saves coming back onto this dock roll. He's been so important on it. Managed to get so many kills doing it, and I'm glad to see him back on this. And, you know, Panix has been doing a really good job as the castle as well, and this is looking pretty good for them already in terms of just setup and operators. But it's going to be all about how this can be dissected and what the return is. See, the castle barricade is going to be open in the hallway. There's a lot of control for the attackers coming in, but Havets cannot get open this fountain wall. This could have been the big crux from this, but it looks like a lot of drones are going to come out. If the archives wall can get opened up, that doesn't really even give you that much control, because there's still more reinforcements to work through. This sort of layered defense has come through, but then we go, Thatch is going to come out, Havets going to be able to get straight through that layered defense and into the back of the fountain. Freaky going to pick up free kill down to Saves. Saving grace of this team going down so early on. What a shot from Freaky! There goes Sparkso. He just gets eliminated. And now it's a 3v5. This is not looking too good for them defenders right now. PACT looking pretty much over, but they're still got the saving grace. Nitro does go out, but doesn't come through just yet. Panic still holding down above. Andrew below. as well as Deep is now going to rotate below. So it's now all down to Panics above, but Nebo will pick him up for free. Now it's a 5v2. Now it's looking completely over, but Deep will start to strike back. He takes down Freaky. That's the Asher off of the board, and that famous 3.2k DPI is not going to save you there. Deep is going to rotate all the way to East. He has a perfect opportunity to flank here, but he needs to start being patiently. He needs to start playing this smarter if he wants to bring this in for his team. It is a 4v2. Kendrew still holding it on sight, but is actually rotated off of it completely. The push does start to come through. Oh, he almost catches him. Madman gets away with it, though, on about 50 health. Deep, now they know where he is, though. He does not have a nitro. There's no plant now, really, until Kendrew comes through with a Rumor gas grenade. He's going to deny the plant going through. Capital's also going to come through, but it looks like Havix is just going to get out there before he can plant the diffuser down. Deep is actually going to go down to Sesh from above, and now it's all down to Kendrew in a 1v4. Can he bring it in? He still has one Rumor gas grenade, but he can't bring it through. Sets from above gets another kill. Oui Oui take round number 15. This incredible series is over. Oui Oui take the series 2-1.
My goodness, Sternab. I said from the beginning, either saves is going to be the key point of PACT being able to win that round, or he will not. And the first kill from Freaky coming out onto him, and then the second, a holographic all the way from break room right down the line into office and sandwich there, means that he single-handedly, the Rolex wearing, DVD using man, is single-handedly going to start off what was the momentum you could not stop. We are going to take that out by the skin of their teeth. And absolutely beautiful match. I was so excited to be able to witness that.
Very exciting indeed. Well, that'll be all for this matchup. We'll be back in just a few moments with the second match of the day. There will be 2 best of 3s played today because, you know, it's a best of 3 for each match and double elimination. So this playoffs are going to go on for a while. Hopefully we'll get back to it tomorrow as well. But we'll have one more matchup for you tonight before we start off with the rest of the North American qualifier.